What happens to you if you're late to church? So I tried not to be late ever because it was super embarrassing to have to show up late, put your horse away, and then walk in front of everybody. Everybody's already seated, and people might ask, did you have an accident or was there something wrong? Pretend like they care, but being nosy. So it was just something you tried not to do. In fact, my older sister one time, I always had to take my oldest sister to church because I was the slowest person at the house to get my buggy ready, the slowest guy. My dad would leave first with my mom and all the younger siblings, and then my older brother would get ready. And if one or two of my sisters weren't ready, he'd just leave. He had no patience. So he would go, and then I'd be stuck there, and I wouldn't have my horse ready yet. So I had to bring whoever was left. And my oldest sister one time, she was taking baptism classes, so she had to be there. And she underestimated how far church was. We had to go clear to Waterford. And she underestimated how far it was and how long it was going to take. By the time we showed up, we were down the road and we heard them singing the hymns. So I dropped her off and I turned around and went home. I wasn't a member of church yet. And I said, I'm not going to walk in there because it's your fault. If Dad complains, if anyone complains, it was your fault. I am not doing it. I was ready in plenty of time and you were not. So I'm going home, and that's what I did. And she walked up to the church, and it was more embarrassing for her because she actually had to go find where the preachers were and where the young folks were that were taking the baptism classes. She had to probably go in and ask, and somebody probably pointed her in the right direction. And it would have been absolutely mortifying. I have never heard of anyone getting shunned for being late to church or even having to do a confession, but it might happen if you were consistently late. I don't know.